Hey guys, Mike here, and in this video, I'm going to react to Nintendo UK's My First Fire Emblem. And I guess it's basically telling us about Fire Emblem Engage. So let's just get right into it.
Unique personality and backstory, from sword fighters and cavalry units to armored units.
This narrator sounds like a kindergarten teacher. So I guess it really makes sense to call it My First Fire Emblem because it's kind of for babies. So it kind of makes sense that the narrator is kind of like a kindergarten teacher or an elementary school teacher. But obviously, it kind of turns me off because it's a little too babyish for me.
And magic users. There are plenty to choose from, and it's no easy decision selecting who you'd like to grow alongside. With care and consideration, even the weakest ally can grow into a reliable powerhouse. Oh, I am
Are you trying to say that she's weak?
so proud of her.
Like she has shitty base stats?
It's up to you to help your allies grow, so change up their equipment to best suit them and build the army that marches to the beat of your drum. That's what the Fire Emblem
That's pretty large. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh no, that's about average.
series is
But I feel like this map is mid-game, so you already have 12 units. Oh, I guess that makes sense.
all about. The real action in Fire Emblem begins on the battlefield. Start by selecting your team.
Wait, does she have...
The real action in Fire Emblem begins on
I'm just looking at their items because it seemed like some of the items were out of
the
class.
battlefield. Start by selecting your team.
Iron Sword Fire, so she needs fire and weapons. Didn't Three Houses, didn't they have like mages could only use magic and melee or weapon users could only use weapons? So that means she has a 1-2 range immediately. That's her first class.
Choose who
I mean, not that 1-2 range is like super fantastic because I mean it is fantastic, but anybody can get it easily with hand axes and javelins and stuff. But if she has 1-2 range and it's a sword and fire, that automatically means like the damage output is going to be pretty high for a sword and a fire user. That's like a mortal savant, right? Because the downside of 1-2 range for just like a warrior or a lance knight is that javelins and hand axes typically don't do as much damage, or at least javelins don't.
who you want to move. Pick their opponent, then grab a weapon to unleash an attack.
I like that it has this
Pick their opponent, then grab a weapon to unleash.
like it's 5 to him, 5 damage to him, and 6 damage to us. That looks pretty easy to understand. And the reason I like it is because you can kind of extend that to enemy phase. So if you can kind of create a visualizer, like if you're going to start the engagement on enemy phase, that means you're going to take damage first. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it a little bit, but it's just visualizing this probably helps me a little into determining the number of attacks you're going to take.
Unleash an attack. Once all of your allies have acted, it's the enemy's turn. You'll take turns back and forth throughout the battle. But once you achieve your goal, such as defeating the enemy commander, victory will be yours. There are so many different types of units you can bring into battle. Cavalry units have a wide range of movement. Armored units have high defense. Archers and magic users can attack from a distance.
Wait, what range was that?
Magic users can attack from a
Oh no,
distance.
it was just 2 range. Never mind.
And Pegasus
I thought it was 3 range for some
knights
reason.
can fly over different terrain. Even water. They all bring their own advantages to combat as well. Now, it can be tempting to only send out your favorites.
I like the UI so far. The UI looks pretty easy to read. Like character, stats, like combat stats. That's the most important. Just attack, avoid, hit. I would have liked to seen defense a little higher on here because I always look at defense, but it's still pretty easy to see. So it's just a minor nitpick, and it's part of the basic stats anyways. So I guess it's fine there. Items really easy to see. Skills right there. It's just everything's right there, and I see it right here. I wonder what rating is. Rating. What is rating? Is that like biorhythm maybe? I don't know. But anyways, you can see cavalry, S axis. Yeah, I like this UI.
as well. Now, it can be tempting to only
But can you only hold 5 items? That kind of sucks. Like 3 houses, you could hold more than 5, right? I think it was like 6 items you could hold. So that means or inventory management is going to be a big thing. I don't know. We'll see.
send out your favorites, but you might want to consider a more balanced team when the battle calls for it. For example, armored units are resistant to physical attacks, but weak to magic. Flying units, such as Pegasus Knights, easily fall to bows. Axe wielders are ineffective
You guys know all this already.
against swords, lances
Weapon
are
triangle.
weak against axes, and so on. You get the idea. Be careful when moving your units around the map, or they might find themselves at a disadvantage. Of course, that means
That break mechanic I feel is going to be so powerful because you just it's like a no-brainer. You just want to do that. I'm wondering for break, does it happen 100% of the time? Because if so, that's going to be really strong. Or is it more of a percentage chance that's going to happen? That's one thing I'm wondering.
you'll have the upper hand if you plan around your enemy's weaknesses. I know, it's all a bit much, but there are plenty of features to help first-timers figure it out. Like this. You can choose to have a red line appear when you're in range of a foe's attack. That means you probably shouldn't send your
Why not just take the bush? Take the bush with Vander.
units there.
I'm just nitpicking.
You can also check the super useful battle forecast before you commit to an attack.
Ooh, battle forecast. Let's see. Damage 21. So is damage might? Damage is probably might. Yeah, it is because it's 21 damage this way and then 8 damage that way. Hit 100. I think so. This is the simplified battle forecast. I wonder if they're bringing back the detailed battle forecast. I mean, it is a little bit more work and it's actually kind of unnecessary, the detailed battle forecast, but I really liked it because I just like really calculating the numbers. But I will concede that the simplified forecast is actually it's just very useful. It's just more streamlined, and uh, you know it's really good for just telling damage. And I actually like the simplified forecast. The more I was playing Three Houses, because when you're engaging on player phase, then you're already you already had an idea of who you're going to attack with, and you just needed to confirm the final result with the numbers, right? But when you're doing more advanced tactics like placing enemies in multiple ranges so that they can take attacks on enemy phase, you still have to do the manual calculation. So there's still that skill ceiling for advanced players who want to calculate how much damage they would take from each attack on enemy phase. And for that, you're essentially doing the detailed battle forecast calculations, but you have to do it in your head. You can't because you can't see it, right? Because you can't engage the enemy. You're just putting them in range. So I think it's fine. I think the simplified forecast is fine, and advanced players can still use the detailed calculations for their advanced enemy phase tactics.
This shows how much HP will be lost, who attacks first, and you can see which weapon will be most effective.
But yeah, so a steel blade and a hammer. So I'm guessing that guy's a hero class.
Even with all that help, if you make a move that ends up being not so good, you can sometimes turn back time and take that one again.
Okay, so you have Divine Pulse. Okay.
It's
I wonder how many charges you get. Oh, in the bottom it says infinite charges. It's probably on easy mode. You're definitely not going to get infinite charges on harder modes.
bad Bad news for your foes, but good news for your beloved allies. By participating in battles, your units can earn experience points and level up. They'll earn even more experience when they defeat an enemy. So I recommend using a powerful...
I'm guessing it's going to be the same amount of experience, about 30 experience per enemy kill. I wonder how much the enemy, just attacking an enemy, how much experience that's going to give. I think in 3 houses, it was quite a bit. So it was, it was worth it to actually just get chip damage on enemies and just collect chip damage.
Ally to weaken your foes?
I know the older games it was like only 10 experience. Sometimes it just wasn't worth it.
Then let whoever you're trying to level up deliver that final blow.
I really like Anna for some reason. It's just I just like the character. She's like she's not taking the game too seriously, and she's just there for an adventure, and she's just there to have fun. It seems like, so that's why I really like Anna for some reason. That victory pose is so funny.
There are also ways to strengthen your allies, like equipping them with powerful weapons to raise their attack
Pesh
stats,
cats.
training with them in the arena.
Victory for the cutest. Wait, so that was his English voice. He sounds a little manly. Rosato sounds a little manly in English. He sounded more androgynous in Japanese, but that was pretty funny.
By using certain items.
Silverlands Florence Seraph Robe. 5 HP for Seraph Robe. Okay, not +7. I wonder how inflated the stats are going to be. I'm just curious what, like, the average HPs are going to be and average defenses and stuff. I'll try to pause it to see if I can see a stat screen.
Oh, look at that!
And that'll give us the answer.
Skirmish appeared on the map. You can choose to fight
Skirmishes.
these random battles as many times as you want to gain experience.
As many times as you want. I have a strong feeling that's not going to be the case on maddening mode or the hardest difficulties, because you can just keep farming them and leveling up your units. I can see a case where if you have unlimited skirmish battles, but you actually still cap and restrict the resources, like item usages and stuff. But then again, the game said that the weapons are unlimited durability, so I actually don't think that's the case. Maybe if you like restrict the healing, like you limit the amount of vulneraries or heals that you can collect, that you can't just keep because if you can just keep accumulating resources and healing items and stuff like that, then it makes sense to just keep doing these skirmishes over and over, just powering up your team through levels and experience and weapon ranks and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's just an easy mode, maybe even just a hard classic mode thing. I don't think that it's going to be in maddening, but if it is, I'm going to be slightly disappointed.
No matter what else is happening in the game's story.
Oh, you can change
Even
classes.
more from your units?
I thought the classes were fixed, but I guess you can change. You're pretty free. So it seems like Axe Fighter, Archer. Okay, so I guess these are. Oh, okay, these are his base classes: Axe Fighter base, Archer base, Axe Armor base, Axe Cav base, Lord base. I'm not even going to try to say that. Advanced. Okay, so they have, like, each character has like a kind of a group of base classes that they can use. That's pretty nice because it fits the theme. Because like in 3 houses, I know people like to just make like Lysithea into Armor Knight and stuff like that, but it just didn't. I mean, it's funny, but I kind of like this where you kind of restrict the classes, the base classes that you have, and it probably also fixes the route that you can take for advanced classes. So I actually kind of like that. So it kind of creates a theme behind the character and creates a real identity to the character, rather than just everyone can do any class. That it just feels weird.
Try changing their class. Their starting classes are predetermined, but you can use specific items to reclass them in a way that better suits your army. If a unit's class changes, their fighting
He looks kind of dumb as an Armor Knight
style
or Axe
will
Armor.
change along with it.
It's because his armor's all brown. My phone is ringing. Sorry about that.
And if they reach level 10 or higher, your units can be promoted to an advanced class.
Level 10. Class change on level 10? I think that's what she said. Correct me in the comments if I was wrong.
Classes allow them to wield more powerful weapons.
Oh, here's his stats. 47 HP. At level 10, 47 HP. And then 24 defense. So I feel like the stats are going to be really inflated for this game. 47 HP. Because usually level 10 in mid game ish, starting to get into mid game, you're around 30 HP. Or at least in 3,000, 30 HP, 10 defense. It's like almost double. And 23 strength. Yeah, so it feels like inflated stats.
And they'll get a boost to their stats.
Said build was in the
more powerful weapons. And
so there's some sort of constitution or build stat that's probably for shoving or rescuing. We'll see. Or maybe they'll bring it back and let build affect your attack speed because it affects how effectively you can carry heavy weapons. We'll see.
They'll get a boost to their stats. Plus,
Brave Lands, Worm Slayer. Okay, all weapons we know. I've never seen Worm Slayer. Oh, actually, I did. Worm Slayer is I remember in the Radiant Dawn. It's for killing Wyvern Riders. Let's see. Rating. There's that rating thing again. I'm not sure what that is.
They'll get to change up their style. Who doesn't love a makeover?
I really think you can only hold 5 weapons. That's pretty restrictive. But that's a good thing because you have to be really conscious about what you're bringing into battle. And that makes me think you want to bring someone to battle who just has no items so that they can, they're kind of like your mule and you can let them trade items and stuff like that and just hold on to items.
Good team.
And again, it's still really loving the UI. It's just all simple. All your combat stats, the basic stats, items, skills right here. I wonder if you can only hold 3 skills because I'm pretty sure this is the personal skill for this character. So can you only have 3 skills and the personal skill already takes up 1? I'm curious to see how that goes.
Promote your units to stronger classes.
Oh, this is Anna. She can go to, I'm just peeking here. She can go to Paladin, Wolf Knight. She can go to Wolf Knight, Axe Flyer. And the base stats are changed. Oh no, but that's going to advance because she's going from Warrior 2. And Warrior, I think, is a base class. Level 20. Oh yeah, level 20 Warrior to level 1 Wolf Knight.
Help them grow to fit your fighting style. And form the most
more than prices.
Army.
Oh, that looks so cool, like her on a Wolf Knight, because she's so small. Like, it makes sense, because, like, she can, like, actually ride on a Wolf Knight. It wouldn't make sense for, like, a really big, heavy guy to ride on a wolf.
Own way.
Oh, no. Waifu romance stuff.
If your allies fight side by side, or heal each other in battle, they'll grow closer. And you might even get to see them share a support conversation.
I like the animation so far. It really, I mean, it's not a big step up from Three Houses, but I think it looks pretty good. We'll have to see, how the Switch hardware handles all this kind of stuff, but it looks pretty good from what I can tell.
These special events can sometimes reveal more about their backstories. The closer they grow, the more your allies will share. You'll get to know them better, and they might get to know each other better as well.
Good. Me neither.
Close allies are also useful on the battlefield. If 2 allies who share a connection are next to each other...
Okay, let's see here. 131 hit. So it's plus 10 hit. And plus 5 dodge. I think that was an A support. I think that's pretty good. That's not, going to make them too overpowered. I think it's a good 10 hit is good.
They can help each other out in battle. It's important to remember the army that slays together stays together.
You need pruning.
So, how do you feel? I think you're ready to make some friends and fall in love with.
I think she's wrapping it up, and someone's trying to call me. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thanks for watching.